Hello again. It's time for another video from me because it's time for the next round of iReady Diagnostics. You may actually end up seeing this video twice because it's about both math and reading, and you need these things on your mind before you take each test. To start, let's talk about this fact. Since your first test, you've been working on your math and reading skills for half a school year. Depending on what day you're watching this, that's something like 80 to 90 days of learning. So after all that learning, your second diagnostic score should be higher than your first. That just makes sense, right? What are some reasons that your score could end up lower? Well, maybe you were an amazingly lucky guesser on your first test and your score came out higher than it should have, and you can't guess that well again. But this is super unlikely. Maybe zombies ate your brain and you forgot everything you knew. No. Chances are, if your second score comes out lower than your first one did, you probably didn't really give the test your very best efforts. Maybe this is because you're just having a bad day. You're tired, hungry, upset, or something else is keeping you from being able to focus. Or maybe you just aren't giving it all you've got all the way to the end. So, here are some tips for making sure you're giving this test your very best. First, take your time. Do not rush through the questions. Second, stay focused. Don't let your mind wander. Keep your attention fully on doing your best on each question. To help with that, here's tip number 3. Wear headphones. There are some portions of the test that will have audio you need to hear, but it also just helps you block out outside noise and distractions. Number 4, read carefully. Read every word of every reading passage, every question, every diagram and graphic, and every single answer choice. It helps me to whisper read out loud so I'm seeing and hearing the words. Give that a try very quietly. And number 5, use scratch paper. Whether it's your math or reading diagnostic, having a piece of paper handy to write out ideas, work problems, or take notes as you read will help. As you take your test, keep in mind the score you need to beat, your score from the first diagnostic in August. To help with this, your teacher will give you your tracking sheet to keep on the corner of your desk while you work on your test. When you finish your test, your new diagnostic score will pop up on your screen. When you see this screen, raise your hand and wait patiently for your teacher to come help you. You'll record your new score on your tracking sheet and color an arrow. The up arrow green if your score went up, or the red arrow down if your score was lower. Here's a heads up. If your score goes down by more than a few points, if you receive a rush alert on your teacher's report, or if it is clear that you just are not putting in good effort, you will need to retake your test. Trust me on this, it will be much better to just give it your very best on the first try than to have to do it all over again. Sometimes students know they didn't score as high as they could have and they actually want a retake. If you feel you could have done better and want to try again, talk to your teacher. It's almost go time, but first, just one more reminder. I have prizes, and you could win one if you grow on your diagnostic. So give it your very best. I can't wait to see how much you've grown.